Welcome back to Texas. It is time for the second map in this best of 3 series. MIBR with a straight spanking of North on train, and now we move on to Inferno.
Yes, Jays got beaten into another existence, and now it's time to make that a distant memory for North. At least they've had the time to get a mental reset in there, to collect themselves, and to think about exactly how this game is going to go. But it is quite scary, the form that MIBR found. They know, again, I made the point previously, they fully understand that they are the better team on the server here, and it cannot happen that they could lose to North. That's really the mentality that they have going forwards. And what is happening right now?
Taking absolute liberties right now. Oh, it's like it's just a highlight reel, isn't it? Okay. Oh, this is... I remember this. Yeah, the flashbang came in, and then screw you guys, man.
Wow. This is a nice preview for the show match that's to come tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be playing... Do you know what? Valens was talking smack in the lounge yesterday, man. Just wait. I'm going to destroy. I'm ready for this. But it's not about me right now. That can wait for later. It is about MIBR and North. We are 10 seconds away from the pistol run. What's up, Texas? MIBR will be starting on the T side. Fallen and Stewie have bought themselves a hell of a lot of grenades. North will have to defend, so we'll see if they come for their abusive shenanigans later on in the second half. First, they will be subject to the will of MIBR. Some pop flashes towards second mid. Gate having a look. That's a nice one-tap, and he's out of there. Not overstaying his welcome, not getting too greedy. But, oh, did first spot those players coming out of the apartments. North are getting very aggressive. I said that MIBR will take the game to them, but North have plans of their own.
Yeah, this is really cool to see. It's quite disorienting to have no idea where the CTs are coming from. And look at this. When do you see a duel here? In a pistol round, very rarely, I imagine, as Fel get taken down. Not sure where to look, because they could be anywhere at this point. And Gade will do the honors of dispatching him. And now just Fallen, who's very weak. He's been dinked at range, as well as Stewie, who was left. And this is quite difficult. You can see that they've gone for a lot of utility. I know that in an effort to win more pistol rounds, I was talking with the anchor about this, you know, they tried to incorporate a lot more utility to at least guarantee bomb plants to make things more consistent for them. But this is the perfect counterplay, really getting up in MIBR's business before they can initiate any of their strategies that they wanted to run in the round. And now it's just down to the headshots.
I like the respect from North, even though it's a 5 versus 2 and the bomb was picked off. They're not going to try and defend the position of the bomb, because those aren't the ideal situations where CTs want to or are even used to standing. Still just hold on to their sights and allow MIBR to bring the fight to them. 2 versus 5, not ideal for MIBR. So North are making it as hard as possible by having a setup like this, but with all the utility, they actually flash off the crossfire situation and manage to get onto the site. Stewie knows that surely somebody's there, but he's completely blind. There's no idea where Cadian's coming from. Now the cavalry comes through on the horses. Everybody alive for North, nobody alive for MIBR.
So, really good start from North, and this is hopefully going to continue as they'll look to build the economy here. But the force buy will come in from MIBR, and the scouts out and Fallen. We've got Deagles, we've got CZs, Kevlars, grenades. It's actually pretty powerful and pretty scary. I'm going to be really curious to see how North will decide to deal with this, and how they'll decide to try to keep themselves alive here, try to keep as many guns in their hands as possible, because people are going to be taken out here on North side. There's no doubt about it. There's too much in MIBR's hands here for it to be otherwise. And MIBR already have a very quick take of the apartments, and Banana's completely voided. North have very limited information. They just have top mid. That's all they can see at the moment. And you can see Furs trying to get a look in, and there's a crossfire there for North. And now MIBR are starting to work on Banana as well. So it looks like a default here as far as North are concerned. But you can see they don't want to take any risks. They're playing really passively. Sometimes that can be your downfall, James.
Fallen will rue that missed shot. 1 minute. God, every round's got to be tense against a team such as MIBR. And I know it's not going to come for a while, but looking at North's T side versus NRG, I don't think we're going to see that really be so successful versus a team like this. It's just too strong. 1 kill for MIBR at this point. They go to collect the bomb with 45 seconds on the clock. They've got 2 more smokes, a Molotov, and the 1 flash. Fer makes his way through the arch position, but he's isolated, carrying the bomb. Kelby is around the corner. If he tries to cross and loses the bomb, that might be the end of the round right there.
Yeah, very tense as you described. 25 seconds to get a bomb planted. And start to move forwards. Gade, he's an absolute monster when it comes to playing pit. Such ridiculous aim and mechanics there. He'll take down 1, 2 more to follow, as 10 seconds are now left to plant this bomb. And they've got to deal with this crossfire setup. Gade, though, he's more than enough to vanquish the forces of MIBR effortlessly. And that will be a 2-0 start for North. I think that was a great round from them, very focused. They didn't take really any great risks, managed to lose minimal players to what could have been otherwise a wipeout if you let MIBR sink their teeth into you. So we'll get a quick tech pause.
Fallen's asked for a different chair.
Ooh.
He prefers a throne, especially when he's playing train, but that has come and gone, so I think there'll either be an adjustment or a replacement of a chair. I was told there'll be a replacement of the chair. And then we'll be into this one again. So 2-0 for North. But again, I feel like they are maybe one of the most aggressive teams at the moment, but I feel like just the sheer level of talent on MIBR makes it a lot harder to get away with that kind of thing. We saw it from North on the T side. They brought it on the CT side. Very defining pistol round, but of course the buy rounds are to come, so we'll see if they try to continue such plays. Ooh. Don't know what the intentions were there. Maybe in case of a fast play. I think in case it was a rush from second mid to mid, that HE would have landed quite nicely. Something to look out for in future.
And this is one of those rounds where you look at what MIBR have and you just think to yourselves, well, can't really play for a bomb plant because you don't have any smokes or enough flashes, and you don't have really any firepower as well, so it's hard to play for frags. So the only thing you have left is numbers, but you can see they've actually got the bomb alone towards A, so looks like they're going to harass towards Banana, maybe try to pull some rotation and then rotate back. But this will be very difficult. Again, they've got no Kevlar, no nothing. So you should expect a highlight round from one of these Danish players. And they will get a dink, but they are looking really solid here. Looking good to survive with 5 and keep that economy growing. And they're going to need it because as soon as MIBR are bringing those AKs and AWPs to bear, things will start to get very messy indeed for North.
Yeah, North did well with the information finding in this particular round. Again, MIBR are equipped with almost nothing, but they're trying to just drag this out as much as possible, get them tired, get them wasting utility and so on. And here come the AK-47s. Fallen delaying, but he'll pick up an AK as well. We'll have the SMG continuing on AZ for the time being. This will keep the money together. If he spent 3,100 on an M4, then he would be far behind his teammates. So they'll keep this buy together so they can buy regardless of what happens in the next round. Cold Zero just back to his form like he was on train, winning duels, winning 1v1s. I'd love to see the 1v1 stats from that previous map because I feel like he almost didn't lose a single duel.
Yeah, oh yeah, it really felt like that. He's able to lock down so many positions single-handedly, and this is a great start already. Will be a deep Molotov there, which will be extinguished by Fallen. Oh, they're trying to follow up with that, and Stewie's going to take full advantage. Finds AZ. It's all Kirby can do to escape without losing more than over half of his health. That's brutal. Down to 3 players, and now you start to think, okay, North, you got to make a call here. Surely you stack towards one bomb site or something similar, and they will be doing that. Bringing a rotation of Kirby over towards the A bomb site and hoping that either MIBR go here so they can have maybe some kind of a defense, or that they're able to just save these guns should MIBR decide to go towards B.
Well, he's in the corner. It's a big frag from Caden. Can he get a second one? Fallen's creeping for it, and now the numbers are tied. Now, there's still a lurker towards the B bomb site. We had a long rotation in, but it's coming back now, leaving Kirby on his own. Tarek hasn't seen him just yet, though. That UMP coming in really crucial. The information comes late for Fur, but he does turn around to trade. Cadian throws a molly towards the short position. Fur has the bomb top mid, starting to rotate away as Stewie clears the B bomb site, make sure no one is in construction. Can Cadian rotate fast enough? 26 seconds. Doesn't realize that it's not A just yet. But now he sees nobody on short. Still not rotating, still not sure. Gets himself an AK upgrade, and off he goes to B.
Such low HP is very difficult here for Cadian. He's done so well to get the 2 kills that he did. What is his plan here? Looks like he's going to just try to cover for exits, which is a smart play. I think is unreasonable to expect with no utility that he could make this one work. You would have to anticipate that the likes of Fur and Stewie are always going to set up a way to trade if Cadian comes in through one of the 2 choke points that he has available to him. So I think this is a smart one. He's going to be able to keep hold of that AK as well, which is always nice on the CT side. And that will be dropped to Valde perhaps, as Valde has only $2,500. So this works out. MIBR will win their first buy rounds. Very nice round from them. And North now, they need to stop this. They've got to nip it in the bud, James. Otherwise, this could get ugly pretty quickly for them.
Yeah, plenty of cash in this one round for North. The AWP will be out for Cadian. And because of the players that MIBR lost in that round, Tarek's going to have to go down to a Galil for this round. But the rest of the team are looking pretty damn good. And he is focusing on the grenades over the AK-47. I think Valde will have spotted 1 or 2 players heading towards Banana, but nothing untoward. This is all standard stuff that we see at the beginning. But Cadian, HE grenade with more than 1:40 on the clock. That's the AWP out of play straight away. And that is not the start they wanted.
Yeah, once again, just dropping a man early is never fun on this map. Forced to play very passively now, forced to split 2 to a bomb site. And you can see that it gives up middle completely. MIBR can do whatever they want. Set up for whatever they want, and North might have to start to think about guessing and maybe going for an information play on one side of the map. Usually, it's more common to see that on Banana than A, because you can see that we have this 2-man pit set up for North, and it's pretty common that the setup will look like this. And MIBR can smoke that off and really dismantle that defense entirely. There's so many ways to deal with it. North needs something very special indeed to survive this round.
I can't remember more than 5 times I've seen a sniper get HE top Banana like that. I do wonder if that's a hard counter specifically for North. 40 seconds remain for MIBR. They are not shy of a late round. They've made it work time and time again. Having a look, seeing if anybody's holding down the CT arch position. Valde poking around that short area, maybe expecting a reload or something, jumping on the pallets. Doesn't see anything now. Fallen walking into the angle, surely. That's the bomb carrier down as well. That's so much information, 20 seconds. That means a full rotation from North. But can they get there in time?
As you say, that time is really, really a problem because Gay's in position to deny the plant. If they just go for the plant without actually clearing the site, 1, 2, Gay's done so much work. There's no real time to plant the bomb at this point, but does he have any teammates to survive Kirby? He just has to survive. Surely he knows it. He's going to be making his way out of there now. He knows he's done enough. Gade has done it for the team there. Kirby will survive, and North win by timeout. Very well done. That push from Valde as well. It wasted enough time, gave the information. That round was on a knife's edge, and those forward risky plays by Valde, that was so smart.
Man like Valde, man like Gade as well on the site. But look at how he's playing this, looking at the information. He doesn't take the duel to the death there. He knows time is his biggest asset. So he just goes past the angle, hides behind the pillar, doesn't expose himself to the player in their library, and just waits, makes the engagement towards short as late as possible. And that does the trick for them. MIBR get reset. They've got an AWP and an AK to play around. Haven't seen them buy anything just yet with the remainder of the team. But Fallen has been thrown the AWP. North have bought up, and it seems that the force will come out from MIBR. Even with less equipment, they all feel like they are a stronger team, that they have the edge, maybe as individuals, maybe as a team, maybe both, to take a opportunity like this over the line and take the money away from North and have an early comeback on Inferno.
Yeah, this is great for them, and I think they go aggressive here. We saw that they did that a lot against NRG, just pushing down mid. We saw it from Valde quite often. Cadian's on a deep angle here. Will there be a peek? Yes, there is. He whiffs the shot, though. One opportunity gone, but it's not really all that problematic for North. They'll have Banana as well, so they've got great presence on the map at the moment, a great deal of information. MIBR don't have that much utility to contest Banana aggressively, so they just have to let the CTs have it for now. You can see, though, that they are now turning their attention towards it with the AWP of Fallen. He's trying to see if he can spot anything out as MIBR continues to look for map control.
That is a very common jump peak, but it seems that KRB is holding an angle perhaps towards the logs. In the meantime, Cadian with a pixel gap. Is this more for information than it is to try and get a frag? Again, KRB just jiggling. But Fer is getting pretty damn close, and Cadian could be in a lot of trouble here. Does Fer choose to punish that? He's got the sound cues. Cadian has conceded his position. Now Fer can pull all the way towards library position, make the players on the A site focus on him, or go through the smoke. Is it a master play? Cadian's holding angles. Maybe a teammate spotting the library position for him as there's no smoke there. In the meantime, the bomb is still towards the Banana area, but he's given up that angle now. He's getting curious towards library. There is such a lack of information from North. No one top mid, no one on Banana anymore. Just one peek from B and a bomb. And now they see a second, but they still haven't seen the bomb itself.
And Fallen will with the shot there towards the B bomb, so they have to go towards B. There's no time to rotate the bomb. Kirby's on the site, it's smoked all over the place. There's crossfires. AZ there by the tree doing good damage. There's the flank from Tarek, but still, time is a massive, massive problem. Kirby, they line up, but he can't close it down, and that's the bomb planted. A 2 versus 2 retake here. Still doable for North as Valde comes in with Gade and picks off one. coldzera, 11 HP with a Galil. Surely there is no way. Surely it's not enough to deal with this situation. They'll try to go for the peaks. He finds the first. Where's the trade? Oh, he can't do it.
Oh,
they can't do it. coldzera stops them again.
That is unbelievable. coldzera, outstanding form on Train, and it continues here on Inferno. Dancing around the fountain, straight in the head. Gade in the middle of those crosshairs could not have been more central. And the force buy from MIBR works out. And it seems no surprise to them if you look at their faces. North now with a buy of their own, the 5 CZs, the smoke grenades. The denial of information from MIBR. North completely outmaneuvered. Great quietly from Fer, quietly creeping up towards that arch position. Cadian runs away. And after that, so much trouble for North. Had no idea where to send the defenses.
Flash for the peak there, looking for info. And Mag10 is the info gathering machine, in a manner of speaking. As Suido, perhaps he's had enough of Banana. Is going to be backing all the way out of there. Perhaps trying to bait out some utility from the CTs. Again, when you know that the opponents do have some CZs, they'll likely have some smokes as well, and you've got to watch out for a round such as this, where they are playing for the delay. And look at this close setup here towards Boiler. That's pretty good. They will take a gun, and also another frag towards the apartments. They picked up 2 weapons.
Oh dear, running out of bullets, but he's still got time to retreat, get a reload in. Close quarters engagement continues. Fallen, do you want to take this with the bomb? Now your teammates around the corner as well. It's a sticky situation for him, and he's lost it. He's lost the bomb, Fallen, and coldzera has a lot to do. Looks away, and how has that happened? What an answer from North. Surprising MIBR. They started with CZs. They lose only 1 player. They take so much away, and now the money for MIBR sucks.
It kind of looked like MIBR knew what North were trying to do, and they tried to put the counterplay together, where instead of just waiting out the smokes from the CZ players on the CT side, you just decide to try to burst through with numbers, use these flashbangs to your advantage to gain position in front of the smokes, but they still got fragged here. This was a beautiful couple CZ kills coming in from North, stealing away the guns, and then it just got too bad. It was a slippery slope, and MIBR tumbled all the way down, and they've been reset a couple of times now, James, and this is looking like a really solid half for North, because MIBR are now down to the force buy as well.
Force back and forth. Fallen's bought nothing just yet. CZ's coming out. Loads of flashbangs for MIBR. 3 smoke grenades. Is it a wall towards the pit? We saw a wall at the front of the B bomb site on a prior round, but everybody is heading towards that A site. Cadian just shoulder peeking, keeping an eye on what's going on, not wanting to take too many risks. But again, he has been outmaneuvered in this area already by MIBR when Fer got close to the wall. So with this same pixel angle, so they must be very careful. No one in apartments for MIBR just yet. Valde is in apartments, so having a look, and Cadian spots, puts the Molotov out. The flashbang is there, 1 kill. They're closing the distance now, but where's the trade frag? Finally, Tarek will get something done, but he's taken out immediately by Kiabi. And I think that neuters most of the danger here as Fallen and Stewie head towards B.
Yeah, you're right. It's mostly nullified. AZ's just shoulder peeking to get the information, falls back, plays it safe, doesn't try to play alone. The way that they would lose this round is if AZ dies immediately, but of course he understands that, drops the smoke. He's got a teammate there for a crossfire now, or support from additional support on the bomb site. As you can see, Valde with that AK by the coffins now. And there it is, running towards pool. Stewie will get 1, but Valde shuts it down. 2 quick kills, but that is not enough for MIBR here, because North are really accelerating quite quickly to a very, very good first half.
Yeah, so now MIBR have to eco. They really don't have almost any money, $2,000 average, so they'll be light on pistols if they even choose to spend some money on that, and they don't on this occasion. There is often an argument for a P50 or something, just because of the sheer impact it can have for the opposition. 1 frag has a value of about $5,000, but of course they will focus on their own economy for now. Again, don't forget, make sure your FACEIT account is connected to your YouTube account if you're watching at home, and you will be eligible for those drops. Somebody just got 50,000 FACEIT points. MIBR needs to score some more points of their own in this game, though. 2 for 6 at the moment. Again, Cadian deep in arch. Aggressive team on A, playing further back. So he's the information man, but now he has been forced away as well.
Pretty safe setup from North on the bomb sites, just really passive. This is a great angle for Cadian, and of course without any utility. It's hard to really expect MIBR to get almost even a frag out of this. If Cadian plays it well, it should be okay. There, of course, the entire team pretty much is there, and the run boost will be coming in, and they're going to hug the wall here, trying to get as close as possible. Cadian's spray not quite landing the mark here, quite awkward. He will go down in the end, and Kirby knows that the CT spawn has been infiltrated, so he will very slowly but surely make his way forwards, finds an advantageous engagement against Fur, and the situation has been controlled. There's still a presence here for the CTs on pits, so there's no surprise bomb plant. And you can see that MIBR were sort of trying to pull distraction towards that B bomb site to allow space for the bomb to make its way through the A apartments, but it will be shut down as well, slowly but surely, and North pick up their 7th round.
Well, not so bad, giving MIBR a taste of their own medicine, at least score-wise, after that violent but swift game of Train. The AKs come out again for MIBR. Kirby will continue with the Galil. Hope he's familiar with the spray. And Cadian's on the AWP once more. I haven't seen a big sniper rifle impact just yet in this game of Inferno. Okay, North have big intentions. Will they boost at the back of apartments here? Or just have the double peak like this? Well, MIBR are coming in their direction. Fur doing his old faithful, his usual. Maybe North with some reads of their own. And there is Fur. He'll spot both the players. There is a block, but they will pay off with a kill. And they'll get out with that. There's a third person there. And that's a great way to start things off. A big surprise for MIBR. Now they've only got 3 players left versus the 5 of North.
Still clutch potential. Tarek finds Valdi going for a wide peek, and he will take full advantage. Are there any other frags to have? I mean, Gade, he's so solid on that pit position. He's been isolated, goes for the 1v1, but he's got an AK in his hands. No problem at all to find the headshot for Gade, as AZ will also be defending from well, he's no need to speak of him anymore. He's gone, deleted by Stewie, working his way into the bomb site now as he looks to try to threaten the bomb plant. Actually, goes for the hold here, looking for that extra cash at the very least. Pulls out the gun, but not in time. Kirby will take him out and get the defuse. So minimal damage done, but at least they do get a bomb plant.
Another round in the bag. And again, looking back at the previous Inferno from North and the T sides and the style, I don't think it matches up well versus MIBR on the CT side. So to start with dominant scoreline like this, I think is much needed for North, in my opinion. But there's still plenty of time. Well, there's time for MIBR to pull some rounds back. But it will be rough in this one. $3,700 to $4,400 for MIBR, so it will be a lighter buy from them as they head towards maximum loss bonus. CZ's out, a few HE grenades, which have been successful towards Banana. I do wonder, if they go for a double nade there again and Cadian makes his way towards B bomb site, that could give them an opening to rush into B. A third high explosive has been purchased now. So I do wonder if that's what we're going to see.
One thing that's really impressive is, I think for me, I first noticed how good Gade was on Inferno, and we're seeing it exactly, you know, he's in full swing right now, 15 for 3. When he gets an AK, he's gonna be hitting those headshots. His aim is insane. It's, I heard them describe it as config aim, which is something that is held in very high regard. And so Gade is definitely one of these rising talents. You can see Yanka there in the timeout just barking orders towards the MIBR side, trying to give them some ideas. And there's a lot of utility here for MIBR on the half-buy that they have to see if they can work some space on the map and try to find an opening on a bomb site.
Right then, Fallen and Cold Zero going towards Banana again. Those are the HEs behind the sandbags, and there's the early entry onto Kiabi. Will they follow this up now? There are 2 more players here. I do wonder if it was Cadian that got taken down. Maybe, I don't know, but the intentions were clear with the HEs. They've got that early frag. Maybe they can collect a weapon later on. Is AZ brave enough to try and dispose of the weapon behind the sandbags, throw it over the small gate? And they've got HEs too for taking reasonable damage there. A smoke on the half wall. There is the disposal service, and he gets himself an upgrade.
This is really problematic. Valdi actually died by pushing mid, even though he was the solo player towards A. And that's put North now in quite a predicament. See, that's a nice pop flash there from MIBR to take forward presence on Banana. AZ alone, but he's got the AK. Well, only man with a rifle. Gets some really good damage onto AZ, but AZ will frag him. The rifle will be collected, but the flash is coming in will be beneficial for AZ. He's doing a fantastic job by himself, buying time for the rotation. And there it is. Cadian's in, and the bomb is going to rotate back to way, and Cold Zero is already there. He's found that it's completely for free.
Tarek is the one with the rifle, however, so it's going to be hard for Cold. I say hard, he's quite a dab hand, one of the best in the world with a Desert Eagle. And let's see if the bomb can make it to the site. Gade watching the cross, but Double Stack is open for business, and that's where the bomb is headed. 2 versus 3. 80's on 11 HP. That will certainly help, though. That HE is money. Now it's Cold Zero with a Desert Eagle. Look at the respect from North. They will wait for the entire squad to be here to deal with him. They've got to trade. Doesn't matter what he has. He is one of the best and most dangerous players in Counter-Strike. There's the first player, AZ, the lost leader with low health. Another headshot from Cold Zero. That's the 1v1. He's got no bullets left. The reload is there, but Cadian just about finishes it off. Oh my God, he makes it as expensive as he can while still losing the round.
How can it be, Jace, that he's in a corner, he cannot move anywhere. He has only a deagle, and 3 players with rifles struggle to trade him. That is just incredible. My God, he almost won this round. One more bullet, and he wins this round. It's incredible.
Oh, that is so awkward. I think a lot of people when they're low health, they aren't really willing to do anything. Like, oh, I'm low health, but you see AZ's low health, so he runs in first, leaves the high health players to try and deal with the situation once they have the information as to where Cold Zero is. With Cadian with the AWP, makes it a bit awkward for him to try and trade, especially versus a Deagle when he's only got USP in the hole. Very hairy stuff here, but North are at a 9-2 scoreline. Aggressive again, and now Gade is trapped. He's abandoned by Cadian, but he gets a shot off. He does trade the kill. 4-on-4, not ideal for North, but he got something out of it at least.
Yeah, this is really cool from MIBR because they had 4 players just hammering the apartments really quickly. You don't typically expect that, so the trades are what they were playing for MIBR, trying to play with pace and speed, but Cadian will have the perfect weapon to deal with that, but swapping away from the AWP will be his downfall. Now a 3 versus 3 retake for North as they will be smoked off. There is plenty of resmokes for that. Valdi goes straight forwards. He knows he has to do something right now for them to have a chance, and now they know that they just have to go and save.
Yeah, instant save from them. I think Cadian wanted to pull out a smoke and maybe thought better of it, maybe because of a footstep, but that's a massive gamble to take when you're in a situation like that. Maybe it's better to die on the sword, take another man with you if they are going to come out more than one and try and trade. So awkward, and it does change the situation a lot, having Cadian die in that situation. But I like the aggression that we're seeing from North because I feel like maybe they realize if they just play passive, if they let MIBR come to them, there's a higher chance of them getting outplayed. So they're looking for these early picks, these early advantages, constantly being a threat, as they have been on their T side in the matches we've seen from them so far. You never know if they're coming for a fast one. You don't know if it's 1 person, 5 people. But the aggression on their CT side as well has lended themselves to 9 rounds to now the 3 of MIBR. And they've kept the money together as well. Cadian's got almost $10,000. But Cadian had to fall back after taking the first shot. But again here, he outmaneuvered himself with the QQ. And then fall and finish off the job. We did see a smoke from North actually by the bicycle to allow them to go through the smoke and jump up into the graveyard position, which I personally haven't noticed before, but that was pretty cool.
So 4 players towards A to start this round. North gambling slightly. Gambling that it won't be a very fast push towards B, which is fair. They've left the AWP there as well, so that's a pretty decent shout. It's the safest way to do this, and they've really guessed correctly, but here comes the push. It's all about the frags here from MIBR. This is a very nice angle from Valdi. Picks off the first one, falls off the angle. Now looking to cover towards the balcony, knowing that the player should surely be there. The smoke will cause Fallen to rotate back out of the apartments, as it looks like North have 2 kills and control of the A bomb site still. Now it's plan B for MIBR, perhaps quite literally, because right now towards A, there doesn't seem to be a way in.
There is a minute on the clock for MIBR, which feels like a lifetime for this team, the way they're willing to play some late rounds on occasion. Smoke towards CT. This smoke in front of B dissipating. Cadian's got the angle. He really can't miss this shot. Oh, he's blind though, so he can't even take it. When does he choose to stand up? Stewie's made his way through the smoke, trying to cut off the rotation. They all feel like they've got time for this. Cold Zero is moving towards the A side. They're trying to figure out what's going on. But with no rotation, what do they read to be on the B bomb site? Is this position more powerful towards A? It seems that's the read there. 24 seconds, and Kyabi's got no idea this is coming. No idea at all. Stewie taking him out. That's the arch position. He could see where Kyabi was looking. Cold Zero's been taken out though. Fallen has to get to the site now. 13 seconds left, and Fallen's on his own. It's a big gamble. 1v1. He's got Gade in the pit. I think he may have spotted a smidgen of him, but he's got cover to plant.
So the chance here for Fallen if he can pull out the gun in time. Dinked already though, down to 12. Gade doing lots of damage and finishing him off. Only headshots from Gade. 18 for 5 now as they shut it down. It was a very, very good attempt from MIBR. They had a 3 versus 5. They managed to get Stewie into T spawn and still bring it back to an A rotation with a flank. That's actually an amazing way to potentially try to take a round. Very creative stuff from MIBR, but it's still not enough. North just held so strong, just waiting for the push to come in, not moving a muscle, and they're 10 for 3. The resets continue. Not a single consecutive round for MIBR so far. That is devastating.
Yeah, this is very unexpected, especially after the devastating game of Train. Nobody on MIBR has more than 6 kills, which is really weird to see. It's a solid average, 4 on 6, 1 on 5. But such limited success. It's very surprising. North proving to be quite a threat again. They had an unreal run in the European part of our league to make it to this stage, and they just continue to surprise. KD spots one towards the logs, takes a shot, may have hit it. Looking for something through the wall to get too close to that corner. He may even shoot him in the head. Flash may save Kyabi from that peek from Stewie. Oh, goodbye, monsieur. Or maybe not. They go for the other side instead, and that leaves 2 plays in the red. So with 1 spray from North, we could have a very fast-changing situation in favor of the CT side. Cold Zero and Stewie on 35 HP combined. That was a close one.
Ooh, very nicely done. The boost there working out quite nicely for a pick, and they needed that badly. Fallen looking to go forwards there with the AWP. Oh, that's stuck on for moments. Smoke from the CTs, will that deter them? No, they've got a smoke of their own to open up the forward push, and there is still time here for MIBR to work towards the bomb plant. A 5v4 advantage, but as you mentioned, the health is very low on these players, so it could all change within an instant. As they look to try to go for the push here, the B split is on for MIBR.
Cadian just looked top mid, didn't see anything, and he's moving into the A site. They know that Arch has been compromised, and Kyabi's going to have to focus on CT spawn with only 1 player to watch the push off. 3 players from the front of B. Fallen creeping. Cadian gets there, and now they've got to focus on the front. Beyond the smokes, the pop flash from the CTs, their cavalry is coming in. Again, low health players here, but Cadian's got the AWP. He's on fire. He takes out Stewie though, trying to buy time for his team. Down to the 2 versus 2. Now it's Tarek. Not for long though. AZ cleaning house. 11 rounds for North, just a 3 for MIBR. What the hell's going on there?
That was an amazing defense. That was so beautiful to watch from Kyabi and from Cadian, just reading the situation under a lot of pressure. The timing is so critical. The AWP covering, Kyabi doing his job, Cadian doing his, and buying time for AZ so that the T's just wouldn't have any time at all to get the plant in. That was some beautiful teamwork. That was poetry there from North, and they're looking to finish this half really strong with that 12-3, and they have the weaponry to do it. And look at Gade, he's down in middle. He wants some action, but he knows when he's beat, he has to fall back here. Double nades though. Ooh, that could have been massive as they were looking to chase Gade, but they will slow things down, MIBR, as they look to try to take top mid away from North.
MIBR with pots and pans in the last round of the first half. They'll isolate the Jules with a number of smoke grenades. Gade alone now on the site. Limited help from up above. He sees so many players dragging the mouse across, but he can't get a frag. Valde now spots the reload of Tarek on the hay bales. Sees Fair on the site as well. And there are 2 more players. They have to jump all the way up and expose themselves just to take him out. But Cold Zero's got himself a rifle. Molotov's on the site. Smoke's on short. Diffuse kits around as well. Everybody carrying one for North. Trying to buy some time to plant the bomb. Falling around double stack. Grenades flying in. And now it's Cold Zero versus 2. He's got more than a deagle this time, but he still can't get it done. Too many man for North. 12-3 for North on their CT side of Inferno.
And North have some pretty tricky stuff on that T side as well. You can see Kirby, he is a happy man at the moment, as this was a decisive half. And to come back that way after being 16-2'd on the first map, that is what you want. You know, of course, you know, North picking Inferno and MIBR on to train. You know, this was somewhat expected that you could have a situation where both teams would win their respective map, forcing it to a third. And I really want to see that third map. So I'm hoping that, you know, North has some good success here. But MIBR, they still have a lot to play for, and they absolutely have the quality and the experience to handle the pressure, to get the reset in there, and to bring themselves back into this one. It will be a difficult and steep road, but they have the quality for it. And here comes the pistol.
Stewie starting to charge down the banana position, and that is one way to have a swift start to a pistol. AZ and Kirby taken out. What is the response from North? They're all together moving up the banana position as Stewie falls back, reset the situation, new angles, new surprises for North. Fallen had rotated if necessary, but now he will fall back to A, start again. A boost from North, nobody holding that angle, nobody behind the sandbags, smoke being lined up. Two players, ooh, could this be a bait setup? Both players by new box. It could be that only one person peeks, although Cadian's got a Molotov going towards that new box. And one for the dark spot as well, so they're completely exposed. The plan has been thwarted for now, but they still got to find some frags. North, another one tap from Stewie. How many more can he get? Not many more. But Cold Zero is still here. Another problem for them as the bomb starts to get planted. Very, very patient. Surgical from him. The scalpel is out, and the pistol round is with MIBR.
So deep breaths here for MIBR. They've got to continue this momentum. They can't afford to lose to a force buy, which could be quite likely here for North, not getting a bomb down. We'll see what they decide to do, though. They have such an advantage, so they may decide to just wait for the AKs. And that does seem to be the case. A smoke and a flash for them. The question is exactly how they choose to use those. Perhaps going for a top mid play, a burst. We'll have to see. Looking for the aggression. It was very common in the meta before this economy change to see CTs rushing around like this, where you expect there to be just clocks, but only one frag from Gade. Stewie's been taken down. They actually can get a bomb down. I think they can make it across. Third does have the position, but can they get in front of him in time with the bomb? They've managed to do it. I don't think Fur can deny the plant unless he gets through Valde very quickly. Oh, so close. Nice play from Fur. That's very important. Deny that money from North.
It's on, guys. The comeback is on. The comeback is on. Or is it? The AKs are coming up for North. They've surprised us in the first half. Can they surprise us on the second half and take it to dust too? Fallen has the AWP out early. Fur moving top mid. So let's see. Again, North on the T side of Inferno was quite a revelation. Really abusing the numbers game when they took a site. It was almost always 5 people, almost 4 minimum. And hey-ho, they've got 4 towards Banana. Plenty of flashbangs to take these angles away, which Caden to be very familiar with. Can't give Fallen too many opportunities like that. The hate cheese as well. 3 players remain on Banana for North, just waiting out these grenades, looking for a re-aggression. You never quite know with MIBR, but again, there's so much talent on this side. They can't go for cheeky peeks like that because Fallen will punish them, and so will everybody else.
So have to see if they can actually break this B-bomb site. Fallen on the AWP is quite the performer. Want to see if he can get his Cirque du Soleil on and provide some acrobatics around these North players. He's looking for a quick push. Oh, he's going to spot the shoulder. Oh, how does he hit that one? Looking for another one. The flash goes behind him. He had another chance for another shot, but AZ will shut him down as Stewie waits on the bomb site. Quick rotation coming in from construction, and Fur to help him out, but Stewie can't survive. He can't do more damage. What is the play for Fur? He's got Tarek there. He goes straight through it. He gets the kill. The time is still enough for a bomb to go down. A 2 versus 2 after plant. Tarek, he may be a bit further forward than they expect.
Doesn't seem like AZ spotted him. Can he find the information for the second player? Oh, he's got all the info now. AZ with so much to do, 33 HP, a flashbang flies through. He's blind for a moment. Another 1v1. He knows roughly where Cold Zero was, but it's Cold Zero. But AZ says no. 13-5 for North.
What a play from AZ. That was beautiful there. So confident in the first frag. He doesn't even flinch. He doesn't even move. He is just so confident in his ability to make the spray happen. And he does so twice. AZ with the entry frag there as well. Look at this. Flash in a 1v2. No sweat at all for AZ. He's been really good this tournament for North so far. Everybody's been firing off for them. It's been really fun and rewarding to watch them go. A 13-5, as you say. They're so close now, North. And the money for MIBR is desperate. They can't afford an AWP.
We had 3 timeouts for MIBR in the first half. This is their last one. North have had to do no such thing, winning almost every round. And they're back. They've broken the money of MIBR. Looks like they're going for the force buy. They're tired of losing rounds. It did look worrisome for North as well, the way they were engaging Fallen and allowing Fallen to be Fallen. Something they tried to stop in the first half of the aggressions, North. But now they have more control. They've got 3 SMGs out in this round, North, the AWP on Cadian. And this will probably be a slow round. Wait out the utility. They know MIBR can't have too much going on. But they also know that MIBR are quite capable of balancing the shortcomings with aggression and individual play. So they'll have to be careful, but not too careful. Looks like it might be a balcony burst.
First, waiting with this ECS. It's dangerous as the bomb in the pits. But he's only good for 1, and the rest of North will be more than enough to secure the round. It'll be a save now, perhaps, for the rest of MIBR. Maybe they can find an exit, maybe steal a gun to the next round, but otherwise looking somewhat hopeless. And one of the things I've been looking out for is Fallen. Oh, he's actually going to go through the smoke. He's going to wait. They always picked up the M4. Very nice from Fallen. You can try to secure and save that one. But one thing I've noticed, from North in this tournament, they've been throwing this smoke, and I actually from the T-steps up towards the top of Banana, and it was something that they were using against NRG, and this is something that Cadian brought from Rogue. I was talking to Valde about this earlier, and it's been really interesting to see how that dynamic works. But we haven't seen it just yet, and I think it's because everyone's noticed that North has been doing it. Astralis have taken that smoke, as have MIBR as well. So people realizing how powerful it can be. It goes to the top of Banana, denies CT aggression, and it's just one smoke. And there's a timing that you would normally see North then rush the A bomb site where there's no information on Banana from the CT side. So haven't quite seen that dynamic yet. And maybe we won't, because North look like they're cleaning house here. They're looking like they're sprinting straight to the finish line.
Have they sent MIBR a souvenir copy of Force Buy Simulator? We'll have to wait and see. Perhaps not. It seems they will be on eco for this round. So just as North had to do in the previous map, MIBR may have to resign to playing against match point. Although with Stewie on the M4, they'll be playing to win, of course, in this particular round. For now, he's over towards the porch position with 2 teammates.
That's the smoke that I was talking about. And normally, North would always go towards A, but MIBR understand what this smoke is now. So the question is, do North just push behind it? That would be the sort of the mind games of now everyone knows that they use that smoke. And indeed, they will go behind it. And you can see MIBR preparing for an A defense towards quad as well. So the mind games behind that one single smoke is quite interesting.
Slowly creeping North. Back to Old Faithful. Send the entire squad. This is truly a man-dem play. The counter smoke may not come in fast enough. We've got one player through the smoke already. Fallen's out. Tariq is out. They will clear the site and see that nobody is there. Now, do MIBR even rotate towards the B bomb site? They've got an M4 to save. They are playing against match point now. They're not going to win this round. They've only got one player with Kevlar. So Stewie will hold an angle. He can fall back from this unless he takes one in the face. He's got half his body covered. We see the hunt begin for North, clearing out the Banana position. Now, MIBR could go for some exits to try and pick up some better weapons because they really need that money. That would save them a good $3,000. Quietly moving towards the T-spawn area. It's a calculated risk. They've got $500 and $300 respectively, fur and cold. Stewie, though, has to keep further back and hold on to what he has. Now, you don't need to exit Banana when the bomb goes off. You can just stay in the positions that you see here, which limits the risk. You're not running into these pistols. Hold the angles and take them out instead. Yes, Fur gets a frag, but he can't pick up the weapon. Game point North.
Looking really good from them at the moment. Don't even have to get too complicated on this T side. I'm happy that we saw the appearance of that smoke, though, and so it's a pretty nice transfer from Kirby. It's so common that you'll see a CT run through the smoke at that timing. You can see why he just auto-transfers just by default into the smoke there. And this is that smoke. Good on Sliggy to catch it on the camera. And they'll, again, burst straight through it. Again, this has not been their typical behavior in the rest of the tournament when they throw that smoke. And it's looking very explosive, James. We know they love the burst, but it seems like MIBR is slowing it down.
4-man on road. 2-3 have been taken out now. The last 2 remain behind the smokes. These classic rushes from North come in very, very late. Well, for them at game point. This one not quite working out, though. Gade is still alive, however, and he's got AZ, who has been instrumental in this lead for North. Hot flash towards the B bomb site. 1 versus 4. Got a 1 versus 1. There's a second guy gone as well, but he will get traded by Fallen. He makes it very expensive for them. And MIBR get another round on the board.
It's a really good point, that, like how expensive it was. You know, MIBR, they really want to get those orbs. The 4 grenades are so important. And with those extra kills, it may be the case that some of the nades will be denied. We'll have to see how it turns out with the buy. Indeed, Fallen going for the AWP won't be fully loaded on nades, and a couple kits are not purchased. But that's okay. We'll see North, though, of course, having everything at their disposal. And they will be playing with 5 rifles. They like this dynamic style, again, to be able to run those very fast plays at the drop of a penny. And then MIBR will start off very, very passively indeed. And again, that smoke comes out from North, denying any possibility for the CTs to throw grenades early down Banana.
A change of pace from North. Still an exchange of grenades going on. Cold Zero spotting, making sure they have up-to-date information. MIBR for as long as possible. But grenades are being lined up. Footsteps are being heard. No one aggressive on Banana for MIBR again. At this point, you're playing for 9 rounds from 9. You've got to limit your risk, but at the same time, make sure you're in a winning position. Fallen looking towards the boiler area. Cold Zero taking much damage, too much damage. And now there are problems towards the arch area. Fallen going for the transfer, sorry, Tarek. Fallen gets 2, down to the 2 versus 2, but MIBR are out of position. Fur is miles away coming down Banana with Stewie in library.
Easy with the plant, the classic post-plant setup is available. That smoke is always such a pain, but there is a slight gap. That might be actually more helpful for the T's here. As you can see, Valdez has got his aim trained on just beyond the gap if there was to be a creep, and he can pop up, uncrouch every so often to see if there's a push on the other side of it, as you can see him doing there. But there is a creep coming in from Fur as well. Now starting to push onto the bomb site, trying to coordinate with Stewie. It's very difficult, but Stewie makes it so much easier. My God, Stewie with both headshots in the bag. That is not bad at all.
Where is the AWP? Can they rescue it? Yes, they can. Fur picks it up, and that's another round in the bag from MIBR. Again, from a sports psychology perspective, it's not 8 rounds, it's 1 round 8 times at this point. To take it to overtime, just focus on the 1, don't focus on the 8. And they've put North into Eco Town. Grenades and pistols being collected. Will it be a fast one attempted by the likes of North? MIBR not shy for a comeback. First spotting, having a look, and he'll have another look towards second mid. A second flashbang from his teammate. Can't stay here for too long though. Spots 1 player, but it is time to fall back. Tarek with good cover as Valde tries to exploit Fur, but that will not be happening. So they've got a few pieces of information. Having another look towards second mid after that kill. Not seeing anything. Will that send a 3rd player towards B?
Creep is on towards that B bomb site. Falling on the angle with an orb though, and you know that he is a steady pair of hands. And Stewie to back him up. You can't ask for too much more for a solid B defense. And the nades will start to come in, and that's going to be a solid tell for MIBR that something is up towards the B bomb site. But they're not going to move a muscle from the top mid position. We don't see Cold rotating just yet. He is the floating player, the guy in the middle of the map. Oh, the timing there, not perfect for Fallen, but Stewie's there for the cover. He's got a couple key kills to slow down this push, and it looks like it is nothing else really left for North to do in this one. They tried their best behind the nades, and MIBR look good for 8s.
Cadian can't wait too long. He must die, otherwise he doesn't get his loss bonus. Just asking MIBR to make a mistake, take 5k away, and They will be impatient, but with a flashbang, it will be as safe as possible. No nonsense stuff from MIBR. Another round in the bag. 7 rounds remain for them to collect. North mostly above $4,000, and they will take their first tactical timeout of this match.
Yanko giving the orders, making sure everyone's on the same page, keeping their morale up, keeping them focused, dialed in, as North try to come up with a way to finish this one off. They've got so many chances, as you said, and it wouldn't be the first time we would have seen at this stage of a tournament a lead like this given away, but North's T side is pretty darn good actually on the Inferno. Every so often it is, you can have those slips though, but I would be surprised to see it here. We'll see what they're up to now. They will go for the full buy, UMP on Cadian, but they'll have 4 grenades on everyone but Gade. That should be more than enough on that T side.
Grenade up towards B. That is a nuisance grenade, isn't it?
It's really problematic if the CTs can't really feel comfortable to push it, so you don't know if the Ts are running up for A timing. And you can see the MIB have read it. They're actually rotating someone immediately towards the A side, so they know what's going on right now.
Tarek's taking some damage in the apartments for firing some shots back. Falling back now, but having picked through the Molotov. Oh my god, this could be it. 5 versus 3 with 1:20 on the clock. Trying to get aggressive and hold map control, not working out. A team flash maybe, but a trade again. So favorable now for North. A transfer attempted by Stewie, and now it's fallen. 1 versus 3 coming in from the B bomb site. We've got a player in Boiler. This is going to be a difficult one.
This is what he does. This is such a hard bomb site to retake. He's gotten up, he's already scoped in that something at the very least to make sure that he doesn't give away any sound cues by having to scope later. And he's going to get knifed. I don't believe it. Cadian finishing it off with a knife. That's beautiful. 16-8. A statement sent straight back into the MIBR camp after North were devastated on map 1. They have bounced back and then some.
Gade with 29 frags, just shy of the 30 bomb, and that 16-8 performance. Very, very strong from North. A great way to answer back after being dominated on train. And that takes us to Dust 2, the decider map between these two sides. That is going to be quite something indeed.
Well, it's time to break that one down. So, Alex, over to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. Yes, it was quite the response. I feel like it was all doom and gloom on this desk not too long ago, and yet North prevail, and we get to see a full 3. That is the turnaround. MIBR looking a little shaken and a spectacular first half. I think that's the point of the matter is that Train, it was what? I think it was 13-2 first half in favor of MIBR. North pretty much replicated. I think it was 12-3 by the end of that first half.
Yeah, and I think the important thing is the person who stepped up is this guy right here, like the one name that we didn't really throw out as an option to step up. And to be completely honest with you, when I noticed that they had switched positions of Valda not playing Pit anymore, I was a little bit worried. I was like, that's where he should be playing. Gade probably shouldn't be in that position. Proved wrong there. He had a great game. And I mean, he was instrumental not only in the sheer number of kills, but the fact that, I mean, there were a couple rounds MIBR was able to get that wrap side control, which is usually a pretty big, that's once you lose that, you kind of lose that A bomb site. But due to the stellar play of Gade, able to hold on to it in a number of those scenarios. So fair play. MIBR only able to, they get reset 3 times in that first half. It's pretty harsh.
Yeah, and we get to see one of the weak points of MIBR, the fact that their T-sides are not that strong when it gets into the nitty-gritty rounds. Obviously, as you said, they got reset a few times, they lost a few clutches they could have won, but it seems to be a theme for this team that the T-sides, when they're not running smoothly, which they haven't been done for quite some time, they seem a little bit lackluster, especially on Inferno. I'm not sure why they picked into this map. Probably, because of the strong CT side, but I think North, showed a really great level right here.
It was a bit odd.
Yeah, I mean, they did. I mean, North just did a great job. I mean, that Gade having almost 30 kills is insane. That's hard to contend with, and I think there's even a chance for a comeback on the MIBR side once they switch to CT. But again, North just got out to such a good start once the rifles came out. It was like it was all them. So fair play.
Yeah, certainly when you have a 12 rounds on the CT side, it is more often a matter of time. It was the case for North, and MIBR, they're going to have to continue to do their damage over on the third map, which is going to be Dust 2. A lot of people were surprised to see that one come out. We'll talk about that.
Excited to see that one come out.
Me too, actually. Yeah. I'm glad we're going to be ending on Dust 2. I do want to talk a bit more about Gade, though, because a demo has been selected. Oh. Now we get to see a little bit more.
Well done.
Don't worry, it's neither of you guys.
I was going to say. All right.
A demo has been selected just as a way to demonstrate what he has been up to in the server. Of course, as we have it up on screen, it'd be rude not to mention it. You can see he has got both most kills, KD ratio, ADR, And indeed, AZ was holding that headshot rate. Which
sort of like a breakout performance from Gate. I think it's a name that, as you said, there was the only one we did not throw out. We talk about the carries, we talk about the AC, but Gate is the new face to this lineup. And I even sat out there and said, you know, I'm not really sure where to rate this player. I think he showed glimpses of really, really great aim, really, really good positioning and great decision making. But he also shows, you know, signs of that inexperience that he has, that he makes a few mistakes and he makes a few like oversaturated decisions sometimes, and that's the thing, you know, you gotta learn and you gotta live, and right now he's showing, you know, and having a breakout series so far. He needs to step up as well for the Dust 2 match, because again, we haven't seen Kirby, we haven't seen AC play up to the level that we want them to be in order to match a Cold Zero or match a Studio 2K for that matter.
Well, here is the example I was talking about earlier. It is Gade, and we can see exactly what he was up to in the server. This is when he was being pressured up on that Cold Zero box, and my goodness, he did just slay. In fact, he found Cold Zero from his own corner.
And actually, I mean, Fur this round was actually lurking over in Library. He would have had a perfect angle if he had attacked the bomb site, but he chose to go for that lurk play, so that gives Gade plenty of time to get those 2 kills. And yeah, that's heartbreaking. I mean, the immediacy of that first kill allows him to follow it up and even continue to stay alive a little bit longer. The time runs out in this round, and that was really one of the backbreaking ones for MIBR, because that was right after they had won a round. That was their reset right there, that they're not able to plant the bomb.
And the bomb just flies past his screen. As he sees that, he knows his job is done.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to be awkward, and the time was on his side. And time's still on ours as we focus on our head-to-head. It's brought to you by Intel, Fallen and Valdi. Valdemar Bjorn versus Gabriel Toledo. You know, it's not Gabriel. I made that as British as I possibly could. Didn't mean to do that.
Sounds angelic that way, though. We already kind of hyped him up as the superhero in this story. Hasn't really gotten involved in the action quite yet. He had that quiet train, didn't really need to do anything in such a stomping. Here on Inferno, it's the other way, where he just couldn't get involved because it was equally a stomping except for the other team. So you'd like to see him kind of step it up on the third map. Obviously, Dust 2, very good for Alpers. I think the good news for MIBR, Stewie has had 2 very good maps to start this series.
Yeah, no, it certainly has. What was interesting to me there is the Fallen across the 2 maps, I would assume, yeah, because it was 31 frags, he only had 15 in this one, was that his headshot percentage was just 10%, which shows just how many AWPs he has been using in this game, right? I mean, it's very rare. Usually you're kind of around the 25-30% mark.
Chest is a bigger target, yeah.
It's pistols and it's the occasional rifle that's dropped to you. Solo shows just how much AWPing there, how much emphasis they're putting on putting the AWP in Fallen's hands. But Dust 2, gents, let's put our thinking caps on. And let's think about this now, because we did make it all doom and gloom. North proven that they can pick up the win versus MIBR. Train, of course, a complete whitewash in the other direction. Where does that leave us, Jason? What do we have now?
I actually am not entirely sure. I think this is an interesting map, because I mean, we have always talked about it as like a skill-based map, and that's true to an extent. And if you look at the MIBR lineup, outside of Valda, I don't feel like there's anyone on North that can actually outskill the individual players of MIBR. But if you go to the other side of things, one other thing that Dust 2 does is it spreads out the defense. It spreads out teams, which is very, very tough to handle. So in that sense, it's also a map that lends itself to teams with strong rotations and strong map control sense, which are very Danish qualities. So I think it's going to kind of be a 2 stylistic kind of battles in this one.
I'm trying to look at the stats to see who's played it more. It looks like both teams have played it equally. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen North on Dust 2, apart from that ridiculous, I'm pretty sure they 16-0'd someone. Or did they get 16-0'd?
They 16-0'd Astralis, didn't they?
That's right.
Is that who it was?
I think so.
DreamHack
Master Stockholm, I believe that was like one of the big results. And I think
listen, you don't have MSL open today, baby.
Exactly, and he was definitely the MVP for that one. I think it's going to be super interesting to see Dust 2, especially considering there's a little bit of history going into this one. Yeah. North was a team, Mousesports, there you go. They did win against Astralis as well during Master Stockholm on Dust 2, so they've shown they can play it. And the good thing about that for North is the fact that Cadian came from Rogue, a team that was really, really good on Dust 2 compared to how good they were on the other maps. So I think he's coming in with some fresh ideas, and he's coming in, you know, maybe with a new style of play that can benefit them, which means that MIBR have not to look at like the old Dust 2 matches, but have to rethink the situation and think, all right, what Cadian brought into Rogue, that's maybe the stuff we should be looking on, and not what North showed against Astralis and Mousesports during MSL stay at the team.
Okay, fantastic. And so in terms of expectations, Jason, you've kind of you've got out of this one by saying that you have no idea.
Weaseled my way away, haven't I?
Jacob, I'll give the same option to you, but would you like to put money where your mouth is?
Yeah, I like to do that, Jason. I think.
Whoa! That's the exclamation point, Dav, you just did.
That was exactly what I'm talking
about. Hear, right? Yeah. I mean, I think MIBR are still the favorites. I think to themselves they have a decent understanding of how to play Dust 2. I think it could be a brawl fight. I think guys like Studio 2K, Tarek, Cold Zero for that matter, they thrive well playing Dust 2, Fallen for that matter as well. And as you said, you know, I don't really see the player for North stepping up and challenge the individual skill. It's going to come down to the clutch situations. It's going to come down to the afterplan. And it's going to come down to the team that has most control over the map. Right. And I think at this given time, I think MIBR are standing a little bit better. They should be able to clinch this one, but it would definitely not rule North out. I think it's going to be way closer than we initially expected. And when it comes to a third map, when it comes to Dust 2, anything can theoretically happen.
And let's not forget, it was MIBR that they were given the choice, right? They had cash as an option, and they chose to go towards Dust 2. One would assume they've got something in mind, and this is what they were fishing for. Any closing thoughts, Jason?
No, I'm gonna go with MIBR as well. I had them doing 2-0. I'm just gonna stick with them. I just think they're gonna. This is where like the better team and the more experienced players should shine. And I don't think we're gonna get that kind of a performance out of Gade, which leads to the question: who's the player who's gonna step up in some other way for North next to Volda? And that just becomes a huge question mark that I don't know the answer to.
Yeah, we'll find out. Kirby, AZ, all eyes on you, and all eyes on CS Mo. November is coming to a close, and some tweets have taken to the internet. Look at this monstrosity.
That's something else.
This is the most beautiful tweet I've ever done.
Honestly, do you know what? I can't even process what I'm looking at.
No,
how long was it? Been 14 years or something absurd?
Yeah, he hadn't shaved his beard in over a decade.
I think he looks like a guy who's 14 years old right now. I really can't like see his age at this point.
He looks like he looks like Paul Blart. He looks like a mall security cop.
Oh, that's fantastic. For anyone that's wondering what on earth is going on, some of us here at the Counter-Strike Talent team have all been banding together in order to raise money for Movember during the month of November in favor of men's health and mental health awareness, especially for men, due to it not being an often talked about subject. If you're interested, you can head to a link, and in fact I have it on a card here. It is fce.gg/csmo. Nice and easy. Go do it and have a little look at some of the goals we're yet to reach. There's still a couple of days left if you want us to do silly things. Henry can get a tattoo on his buttocks, and you can look forward to Dust 2. That's right, it's coming up after the break. We'll see how it plays out. MIBR North, one of them, will face Astralis in the finals tomorrow.